WordPress.org, if you have a self-hosted blog, it can be anything, because there are millions of people out there all the time saying, I want WordPress to do this. And if there isn't a plugin to do it, then they code it themselves, or they find someone who will. There are always cool ways to expand WordPress, and plugins make multimedia even easier. So we're going to talk about plugins first. First of all, the audio player plugin. This is my baby, because the audio player is it's a staple if you're going to publish audio content on your blog, because the download link is $19.99. We don't want that. So the Flash player is the greatest way for people to just click, and there it starts playing. We use that for years and years on the WordCastPodcast.com website. Always great, and it's actually built into some podcasting plugins because it's so popular. And this will allow you to add a quick little audio player, a Flash audio player, to any of your posts and any of your pages on WordPress. We have the other Flash player, the other major one. This is probably the biggest, most common Flash player in WordPress and outside of WordPress. You might have seen this floating around. It's the XSPF Flash player, named for the XSPF playlist it uses. So that will just allow you to create playlists in your WordPress. We're dropping things. We've got our playlist in WordPress that will allow you to generate that Flash player in a sidebar widget. You can put it in a post or a page, however you want it to display. It is quite lovely. And the simple video embedder. We move into video. This is one of those things that makes putting all those YouTube videos or Vimeo or Vidler and any other random Web 2.0 name that comes up that allows you to put video online. What this thing does is, well, it's hard. I sound whiny. Embedding videos is hard because you have to go all the way over to that website and you have to find where your video is, and you have to go in and say, okay, embed, no, but I want the width to be bigger. I have to copy this, and then you paste it in, but it's the wrong color, so you have to go back and change the color, and then you have to paste that in and take out the random links it's adding, and no, that's hard. So the simple video embedder lets you easily add all kinds of video from all of these sites, and there are many sites up there that allow you to do that, so it's very cool. One thing that is not supported though is Vidler, and I just had to include this because I love Vidler, good friends of mine, and they do some excellent work. So they've got publishing solutions and they've got business solutions as well. Not yet supported by Simple Video Embedder, but I think we can get on that. I think it can happen. There is the WordTube plugin. This is one of the old ones. This is one of those that lets you create something in your own blog rather than uploading it to YouTube or to Vimeo or something. It lets you upload the videos to your own site. And you can see here that, I know it's an old screenshot. Look at all the blue and the sidebars across the top. Ew. But you can upload the media files. You can manage your playlists. You can manage your players. All that goes in here, and you can easily stick it on your blog in the media plugin, the WordTube plugin. So this is an old screenshot, but it still works quite well. The PowerPress plugin, now we kind of move into the podcasting world because, ooh, that is a buzzword nowadays, podcasting, yes. PowerPress is actually made by the folks at Raw Voice. If you know Blueberry.com, the podcast network, they are the ones who put this out. And it allows you to add an MP3 URL. You upload your MP3, it'll automatically add all the iTunes stuff, all the feed stuff. It makes it so deliciously easy. PowerPress works quite well. And on that note, I must mention the drama of PodPress. The ongoing saga that is almost soap opera-ish of PodPress. Has anyone been following this? Because PodPress, for years, was the way to podcast with WordPress. And it kind of did what Blueberry is doing right now with their PowerPress plugin. Add the MP3 file, do the iTunes for me, track my statistics. And it worked really well. I used it all the time. But then it kind of went away. And it stopped being worked on. No one knew what was going on. Then WordPress 2.7 rolled along, and it didn't work with it. So we couldn't use PodPress anymore. People tried to get in contact with the developer, said, can I take this over? I want to try. No response, nothing going on. He recently posted in August saying, hello everyone, I'm back, and I'm working on PodPress. Since then, it's still where it was before. So that's the PodPress drama. I would recommend not going there. One of the things that's been keeping people around, though, with that is the statistics that are in it. And now Blueberry is starting to add importing of PodPress statistics. And there are other solutions to track your downloads. You don't have to be tied to this hiatus plugin anymore. Now we move from the plugins into the RSS feeds. This is my biggest pet peeve in the world. And I like to nag on old media anyway, but this is my favorite one because I have a parent who works in the radio industry, so I can constantly whine to her and say, you know what you guys are doing wrong?